Okay, let's learn how to play a romantic style piano accompaniment in the left hand. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but what determines usually the style of a piece, like what style, what kind of music, from blues or ragtime or classical or romantic style. In the piano music, is usually the left hand determines what style we play in. Like if I played this style, that's going to sound one way, and then if I played like this here, we're going to do, that sounds like something else. Or if I went, or let's see, all kinds of right hand melodies could go with those, or all kinds of right hand melodies could go with those left hand accompaniments, but the left hand usually determines what style a piece is, what kind of music it is. And what I'm showing you here is a romantic style type left hand, and we can write the most beautiful melody in the right hand, but if the left hand doesn't support it with style and in the right mood, it's not going to sound very good. So I'm in the key of F here because we're learning to get used to the key of F. And this is left hand. I'm not using any right hand. But let me just play a little bit for you, this chord progression, and then we'll look how to do it. Very beautiful. We can add all kinds of melodies with that if we want to. So all I did is add a right hand melody, and I'm going to show you how to do that later, but one thing at a time, okay? So what I'm doing is expanding on the octave and the fifth idea in the left hand. So we're all very familiar, or should be, with the octave and the fifth. If we look at the bottom three notes here, F, C, F. F, right below middle C, with an F on the top, makes an octave, and the C is the fifth in the middle. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a G and an A above that thumb note. And you say, well, I can't stretch that. I've got a pretty wide hand and I can reach it, but you don't have to reach it if your hand isn't wide enough to reach it. You don't have to reach it. We're going to actually pivot to be able to reach that note, and it's no problem. So let's play the octave and the fifth, F, C, F, and then with your thumb I want you to move up to a G and then move up to an A. So there are our notes that we're going to use. The octave and the fifth, F, C, F, and then the G above that with the thumb, and the A above that with the thumb. Because we're going to play those three notes with the thumb. That's the best fingering, I think, to do it with. Here's the pattern. Let me show you the pattern. First we're going to play the octave and the fifth up. So F, C, F, and then go back down to the fifth, to the C. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do that. F, C, F, back to C. Okay, that's the first part of the pattern. Let's do it again. F, C, F, C. Now here's the next part. We're going to do the G, back to the C. And then we're going to do the A, back to the C. And that's the pattern. Okay, so let's finish the pattern. The G, back to the C. And then the A, back to the C. So here's the order. Okay, we go bum, 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 back to the C, G, back to the C, A, back to the C. Now don't move on, don't go on in this lesson until you can do that. Alright, let me do it again. And that takes up 4 beats. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and eighth notes. Eighth notes fill up a measure. 1, 2. Okay? Do that box twice. Once, twice. Now, if you can do that, you'll for sure be able to do the next 3 boxes here, the next 3 chords. Here's a D chord, D minor in fact. So we have D octave in the 5th, D on the, I'll move down by the way to the left, D on the pinky, D on the thumb, A in the middle for the 5th. We're familiar with that. Now let's move the thumb up to E, and then move it up to F. It's going to feel exactly the same in your hand. So we do the same pattern. D, A, D, back to the A, now up to the E, back to the A, up to the F, back to the A. Okay, I'll show you one more time. Bum, 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 back to the A, E, back to the A, F, back to the A. So that's the pattern. Okay, I didn't write out the pattern because I want you to think. I want you to not just be a computer spitting out what you see on the page. Think about the pattern, what the chord is that you're doing. Use your ear. So that's that second box, and I'll do it again. Now, moving on to the B flat chord. Let's go to the left again, down to B flat. Now, whenever your thumb and your pinky are on black notes, you have to scoot within the black keys a little bit. You can't stay out here on the white keys like you used to, so put your fingers in between the black keys. Get used to that. Alright, it'll feel a little foreign at first. So B flat on the pinky, B flat on the thumb, and the F is the 5th in the middle. Okay? And then reach your thumb up to do the C, middle C, and then reach it up a little further to do the D. Now let's do the pattern. Octave in the 5th up, back to the F, then up to the C, back to the F, and then up to the D, back to the F. So that pattern sounds like this. Measure. That one's a little bit more of a stretch because of the way the keys are situated. Alright, last chord. We're going to do a C chord in the same pattern for left hand. So C on the pinky, C on the thumb, middle C, G for the 5th in the middle. See, music is full of patterns, and see, we've just picked out one pattern and we're repeating it over and over for just different chords. So, hopefully that helps. So we do the pattern, C, then the G, then the middle C, back to G, and then we reach up for the D with the thumb, back down to G, and reach up even higher for the E, back to the G. So that measure is... So that's a romantic piano style, which we will use extensively in later lessons, but we're just introducing it in this lesson in the key of F.